Mr. Godfather of Marketing. What is your real name, good sir?
How are we doing? Good morning. My name is Glenn Torres.
Okay, 1 second, good sir. We are looking for a different person.
Okay.
Nope, nope, sorry. Well, since it doesn't look like we have our host yet, and you are next on the slot, correct, good sir?
Yes, sir. I'm next on the shot slot. So you can introduce me a little bit or just say my name and I'll take it from there.
Alrighty. Mr. Orrin Hudson, the myth, the man, the legend.
Well, thank you, Ken. I thank God for Ken. Every time I see Ken, he's smiling and
I'm not Ken, by the way. I'm Dakota Smiles. I-
okay.
I'm I'm his mini me.
Okay, you mean it's me. Okay, good.
I'm the
But
one with the
Ken,
hair though.
what I love about Ken is that every time I see Ken, Ken is smiling. He know how to work a room. But my name is Orrin C. Hudson. The C's for Checkmate. Checkmate means you win. It's not over till you win. And the name of my topic is going to be making your next move your best move. Lessons I learned from the chessboard. Um, Chess saved my life, and it taught me how to think instead of react. And the beauty of chess is that it's just like life in that the moves you make determine the path you take. The moves you make determine the path you take. If you make the right moves, you get the right results. Nature is neutral. The success plays no favorites. God plays no favorites. The board plays no favorites. The board will return the moves that you make. And one of the things I teach people that if you want to be successful in life, there's two rules I go by. Number one, no blame. That's number one. There's no blame in this game. Black and white is the same. So my message is number one, don't play the blame game, play the win. And number two, don't complain. If you can do something about it, do it. If you can't, it's wasted energy to complain. So two rules. No blame and don't complain because you're responsible for your own success. If it's to be, it's got to be me. No one's coming to the rescue. So I'll cover a few principles how life and chess are alike and how you can wake up winning by making your next move your best move. My main message is I don't care what happened to you yesterday. Moving forward, I want you to make your next move your best move. Forget the past. Paul said in the Bible, forget the past. Focus on what can you do next. What is the most powerful move I can make right now? What is the most powerful move I can make right now? So I'll go over about 9 points. The main point I want to talk about is think before you move, critical thinking. Every move has consequences in chess and life. Don't act, don't act about impulse. Use strategy and foresight. Think before you move. Don't do the first thing that pops in your head. Logic beats emotion when the stakes are high. Don't do the first thing that pops in your head. The first thing that pops in your head is usually a trap. So I teach six magic words. Take time to think things through. I'm gonna say that again. Take time to think things through. Is this true? Is this honest? Is this the best move I can make? A lot of people get caught up in doing the first thing that pops in their head. And the first thing that pops in your head is usually a trap. You can go to the jail system. You can interview people. I did it. I went to the jail system. Hey man, what happened? I did the first thing that popped in my head. How about you? You. I did the first thing that popped in my head. How about you, Don? First thing. Well, how about you, Frank? First thing that popped in my head. So I came up with these P's, 6 P's that can help you. Pause, pray, pivot, ponder, proceed, and then you can prosper. Because when the stakes are high and emotions are flowing, you got to use strategy and logic over that. You got to say, wait a minute, the moves I make determine the path I take. I want to make every move count. My next point is protect your king. The king represents your mission, your why. Every decision should be protected and serve your purpose. Stay focused on what matters most. You know, Keep the main thing the main thing. Keep the main, why am I trying to do? What's my end game? What's the end game? How do I, keep the main thing the main thing. Stay focused. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. The next one is use all your resources. Maximize your resources. You have gifts, tools, and people you can use. Pawns may seem small, but they can become a queen. Don't try to do it all alone. Teamwork makes the dream work. You have to leverage your resources. The opposite of wealth is not poor. The opposite of wealth is mismanagement of resources. Poor is just a reflection of how you manage your resources. People have resources and they mismanage. And whatever you mismanage, you will lose. Every piece has value. Everyone matters. You matters. Respect each person's role on your team. Teamwork wins more games than talent alone. It takes teamwork to make the dream work. 1 and 1 is not 2. 1 and 1 is 11 because you got to have teamwork. So always take advantage of resources and treat everyone you meet like the most important person in the world. When you treat everyone you meet like the most important person in the world, you'll never make a mistake again in your life because we all are one. And we all are angels with one wing, and we need each other to fly. So the next one is every piece has value. We talked about that. And then control the center. You want to control the center. When I was a state trooper, I used to be in charge of this a certain county. And when you're in charge of a certain county, if an accident happened or something happened, you need to be able to get to it pretty fairly quickly. So I would stay closely in the center of the county. And the reason being, because if I'm on the south end or the north end or I'm on far too far away, it's taking me too long to get to where I got to go. But if I'm centralized, I can get there in 5 minutes anywhere. So that's chess. You got to control the center because the center is where it's hot. I was talking, my son was eating oatmeal one morning. He's dad, is the oatmeal too hot? I said, eat the oatmeal around the edges is not hot. And he, oh yeah, yeah, oh, we good now, we good. So in the center it was hot, but around the edges it was not hot. So you got to be able to location, and you got to be able to control the center. That's chess and that's life. The next one is plan 3 moves ahead. My daddy used to always say to me, the best way to beat someone is to beat them looking out because when they started looking out, you will be ahead of them. So you got to think down the road, think 3, 4 moves ahead, and have a game plan and recognize patterns. So always consider the ripple effect of your actions. There's always a ripple effect. You know, discipline today creates freedom tomorrow. Success favors the prepared mind. You got to prepare yourself. You got to do your due diligence. You got to do your homework. You got to put in the sweat equity and sacrifice.
The favorite
Sacrifice.
word of mine, by the way, sweat equity. I love that word.
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you. Yeah, you got to put in the work, man. The good things in life are upstream, and to get upstream,
Mm-hmm.
you got to put in the sweat equity. You got to put in the work, man. The guy said, "Boy, somebody would just come by and turn me on." Hey, what if they don't show up? You got to have a better plan than that. Ain't nobody gonna come by and turn you on. So sacrifice. Give up something now for a greater goal. Sacrifice isn't loss, it's strategy. Short-term losses can lead to long-term victory. When I beat one of the top Russian grandmasters in the world, his name is Rashid Ziyatanov. The only reason I was able to beat him, I sacrificed a rook, which is worth 5 points in chess. I gave up
Mm-hmm.
$5 for $1. And people
Yep.
say it looks like an unfair exchange, but that's how you win the game. Looks like
Mm-hmm.
an unfair exchange, but that's how you win the game. And so in life, there will be some situations where you're gonna have to pay more than something is worth. I was at this auction one time. I used to have Hudson auto sales, and I was at the auction, and I was bidding on this car, and this guy beat me out. And I go, wait a minute. I said, why did you pay more than this car worth and beat me out? He said, because I didn't want these other people to have this car, and I needed it. So those people
Mm-hmm.
need is they got to come to me. And so sometimes in life, you got to pay more than something is worth. The next one is delay gratification. Delaying gratification is classy. It's real classy. And one of the number one keys that will determine whether a person will be successful is to be able to delay gratification. And I was playing one of my students the other day, and I had an opportunity to take his queen. And in chess, the queen is the most powerful piece on the board. And I said to him, I'm not taking your queen. I'm gonna do something else. And I didn't take the queen, I did something else. I'm gonna delay gratification. I'll get the queen later, but right now I'm gonna do some other stuff. So I made some other moves and I came back, circle back later and got the queen. And that's how you win the game. Sometimes you have to see a good move, don't take it, look for a better move, because you have what we call in chess an in-between move. An in-between move means you delay it, or you delay gratification, you do something else, and then you swing back later and take it. The next point is adapt to the game. The board changes, be flexible. Comebacks are possible with the right mindset. Never give up, adjust, and continue. I was watching the NBA game the other day, and New York was beating the Indiana Pacers by 20 points. And the Pacers came back and won the game. And so there, and then the Pacers was playing another team. They were down 20 points. They came back twice, 2 games in a row. And so never give up and stay in the game. And God doesn't need anything that you lost to, to bless you. If you never give up, if you stay in the game, miracles can happen. The biggest mistake you ever can do your entire life is to give up. So you want to stay in the game, you want to keep your head up, and and stay with it, because you cannot win if you give up. If you give up, you automatically lose. So stay in the game. Miracles can happen. I was watching this NFL game, and they were down 32 points, and everything was it was a Florida team, Jaguars, and they came back. They came back. They were down 32 points at halftime. They came back and won the game. So the biggest mistake you ever can do your entire life is give up. The next one is time matter. Time matters, and in chess, the clock always ticking, and time waits for no one. And sometimes in life, you got to make your move before you're ready, because the time is ticking. And if you don't do anything, you're going to lose on time. And so do not wait for everything to get perfect in life. Perfect never exists. There's never no such thing. I'll wait to the right. No, it's never a right moment. It's always make your move before you're ready.
Make your
And
moment.
yeah,
Mhm.
and just be flexible. For an example, if you don't know what to do, act as if you do and make a move. Here's why. In chess, the clock is always ticking. And if I delay and the clock run out, then I lose the game. So sometimes you got to make your move before you're ready. You got to adjust and adapt and overcome. The biggest mistake you ever can do, like I said earlier, is to give up. And so you always want to stay with it, never give up, make your next move your best move. I tell young people, particularly the men, man up, stand up, pull your pants up. Your mind is a pearl, you can change the world. Now I'll share a little bit about who I am and what I stand for. Every
Coming
move
up
you
on
make,
the 5 minute mark, by the way. Just want to
all right,
let you know.
appreciate you. Every move you make either takes you closer to success or farther from it. Let's commit to thinking it through, choosing wisely, and always make your next move your best move. A little bit about my story is that I was a gang member in my teens. I was 14 years old, and a white teacher by the name of James Edge pulled me to the side and said, "Listen, Orrin, I'm going to teach you how to think." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "I'm going to teach you chess." I said, "No, no, no. I'm a checker guru." He said,
Mhm.
"Checkers?" He said, "Wait a minute, time out." He said, "Checkers, you use the half of the board." He said, "Chess, you use it every single square on the board." He said, "Checkers are all men." He said, "In chess, the queen is the most powerful piece on the board." I said, "Let's get on with the class." And so he taught me chess. So I owe my life to James Edge, who taught me 6 magic words. Take time to think things through.
I love it.
Don't don't do the first thing that
I
pops
love
in.
that.
So I'll open the floor for a few questions. If you got any questions, my name is Orrin C. Hudson. The seats for Checkmate. Checkmate means you win, and it's not over until you win.
Love it. And is there any way to get a hold of you that you want to go ahead and post in the chat as well, good sir?
Yeah, I'll post it in the chat. I'm easy to get along with and easy to get in touch with. My website is besomeone.org. I came up with the name Be Someone because Abraham Lincoln, his mother, her last words on the planet to Abraham Lincoln was be someone. And even though Abraham Lincoln had failed many, many times running for public office, Abraham Lincoln took these two words, be someone, all the way to the White House. My assignment in life is to empower our young people to be someone. And I use chess as a metaphor because chess saved my life. And it got me to thinking before I move. Instead of reacting, I would think things through, I was voted most likely to succeed because James Edge taught me how to really think before I move. Moves matter. The moves you make determine the path you take. Movement is life, and nothing happens until something moves. So if you have any questions for me, my website is besomeone.org. I'm Orrin Checkmate Hudson on Facebook. I'm Be Someone Online on Instagram, and I'm on Twitter at Be Someone on Twitter. So, but mostly besomeone.org is my website, and I'm easy to find. I'm Orrin Checkmate Hudson, the seats for check.